Today I'm going to be showing all of my settings, including Nvidia filters. Be sure to follow my Twitch and TikTok and turn on notifications so you will get notified every time I upload a video. Stuff like sensitivity and dead zone are things that are personal preference, but I'll also be showing settings that will help you a lot. And enjoy the video. So I'm going to start off with the general settings because I don't play on keyboard and mouse. And I use my field of view at 120, my brightness I keep it at 55. And my HUD bounds, I keep them at 100, so I have full screen. And I do skip the introduction movie. And for my colorblind types, I use trianopia, and I have it on both. And I use a square map shape because as you can see in the picture, you can see more things on the map with the square instead of a circle. Now for my graphic settings, I use it on full screen, and I'm on a laptop so I don't have a display monitor, but this is my GPU. I use the RTX 3070 and my refresh rate is at 60. My resolution's at 1080, so recommend keep it at 100. And because if you put it higher, then your frames will probably drop a lot. I use enabled, but some people do use enabled and boosted, but I just keep mine at enabled. And my streaming quality, I have that on low. Texture resolution, I have it on very low because I have my DLSS on quality, so it doesn't really matter for texture resolution. So in my particle quality, I keep that on high, and I keep on bullets and sprays. And everything right here is on low or disabled. And I just tried this out, but I usually have it on quality, and all my videos is going to be on quality. For my audio mix, I use boost low, and a lot of people use boost high too. It's between like these two, but I personally like boost low because I think I can hear footsteps louder on my headset, but other people might be different because we all have different headsets. And I keep my master volume at 100. My music volume is all the way down because I find it pretty annoying. My dialogue, I keep it at 60. My effects volume, I keep that on 60. And I have no juggernaut music, and my hit marker sound effects are classic. And I use enabled, and I use system device. You can either use either one as long as your communication is set to your headset or your microphone. And my voice chat, I keep it at 200. My microphone, I keep it at 244 or 245. So now for the controller settings. My button layout, I use tactical flip, so I use these two bumpers right here instead of the back ones. And I also have a PS4 back button attachment, so it's like a paddle where I click on the right one and that makes me jump. And for my stick layout preset, I use default and no invert vertical look. My dead zone, so this, as I mentioned in the intro, everybody has personal preferences for dead zone and sensitivity, but for my dead zone I use 0.12, and I use 7.7. For my low zoom I use 0.85, and my high zoom I use a 1. And for my aim response curve type, I use dynamic, but a lot of people use standard, and not that many people use linear. I used to use it when I was playing multiplayer, Modern Warfare. Controller vibration, always disabled, unless you don't mind it, but it can be very distracting. My aim assist, standard. And my aim assist with FOV, I keep that on enabled, because when it's zoomed in too close, it's hard to see around you. And I use toggle on this. They just recently added this, so I use toggle on steady aim behavior, and always use contextual tap. So that means you could pick things up with just pressing square or whatever button Xbox controller is. But yeah, this is one of the most important things to have on in Warzone. Multiplayer, I'd always switch it to tap to reload, so you don't pick up running around picking up guns. But contextual tap is definitely the best way to go in Warzone. And I do use depleted ammo switch, and I have armor plate behavior on apply all. This is definitely the best one. So if you're like trying to get away from somebody, you can hurry up and apply them all. You don't have to keep pressing triangle. And tap is always is the best way to slide cancel. And a lot of people use automatic tactical sprint, but I'm just so used to not having that on, so I use it on disabled. For my Nvidia filters, I use the brightness and contrast and color. For my exposure, I use 29%. For my contrast, I use -10. For my highlights, I use 30%. For my shadows, I use -40. And for my gamma, I keep it at 0. For color, my tint color is 43%. My tint intensity is at 30%. My temperature is at 0.5. My vibrance is at 100. I always want to keep it at 100 because if you go lower, it becomes black and white. So these were my season 5 settings. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a like on the video too.